Hello there, Mandy here. Restorative Grief with Mandy Capehart is not just a podcast. It's also a book, a free online grief group, and a one-on-one private coaching practice. If you are interested in learning more, visit mandykapehart.com to find out how restorative grief can help you heal heart, mind, body, and spirit. Welcome back to Restorative Grief with Mandy Capehart. You are listening to episode 192, titled, What Can I Do with My Anger? What can we do with our anger? Ugh, if that isn't one of the most common questions I hear. Anger is a natural, protective part of grief, but most of us were never taught what to do with it. In this episode of Restorative Grief, we'll explore some safe, somatic ways to express anger without shame, bypassing, or harm. You'll walk away with practical tools, a deeper understanding, and maybe even a little gratitude for the rage that's been trying to keep you safe. Let's cut to it. Grievers get angry. And I'm not talking about irritation. I'm talking about that bone deep, throw something, scream, cry into a pillow kind of anger. The kind that tightens your chest and makes your skin buzz. The kind that feels like it will eat you alive if you don't do something with it. So that's what we are talking about today. What can we do with our anger, especially when we want to honor our grief and not bypass it? So let's start here. Anger is not the enemy. In fact, anger is one of the most honest things and helpful things your body can express because your body is brilliant. It knows what it's doing. Anger often shows up as a secondary emotion, a protective shell for something much softer underneath, and that's when we notice it. Beneath it might be fear, sadness, disappointment, betrayal, exhaustion. The list can go on, and it's easier to feel fury than face those things ourselves. So our brilliant nervous systems step in and give us anger to keep us upright and moving. In my work, I think every single one of my clients has heard me say that anger is not your enemy, but a protector. It's not necessarily trying to help you heal, but it is trying to keep you safe. And that's why somatic expression as a part of the work is so helpful. As a reminder, somatic simply means of the body. And when we grieve, our bodies carry every single part of it, not just the pain, but our anger too. So you want to know what you can do with your anger? Let it be heard. Let it move. Let it speak your truth. Because anger that remains unexpressed turns into other things. Resentment, disconnection, anxiety. Sometimes it turns into physical pain like headaches and stomach aches or fatigue that won't quit. Sometimes we can recognize anger easily, but other times it remains a mystery. Personally, I would have told you I'm not an angry person for decades of my life. It was part denial and part rapid emotional processing, but I was dead wrong and had convinced myself that anger was not a real part of my story. Admitting I struggle with anger as my first response to many things allowed me to get curious about why my anger was rising so quickly. What tender, more vulnerable emotion might it be protecting me from experiencing? So if your body is telling you that it is angry, here are 3 somatic practices you can explore as an option. And as a quick note, when it comes to somatic work, safety first. So if these expressions don't feel safe or do not have safety connected to them, either through a safe person, a place, or safe things, it's perfectly okay to skip over them for now. It's also perfectly okay to reach out and ask for other options. So our first exercise is to shake it out, quite literally. Put on some music and shake your limbs like you're a dog shaking water off of your body. Start at your hands and work your way down to your feet. This is telling your nervous system we are not frozen, we are safe enough to move, and we are okay to be grounded here. Number 2, it's time to break something that won't break you, like tearing paper or throwing ice into the bathtub or into a field. Hit a pillow. I'm a big fan of kicking a soccer ball into a goal with a net or working on my throw-ins, using my body to get active and move the energy through me. Let it be cathartic, but intentional. Not flailing your limbs or being reckless and potentially hurting yourself, but also not bypassing the sensation or shaming yourself for feeling it. Completing the cycle of energy and anger within by allowing it to be moved through your body results in an energetic release that we might not have realized would be helpful for us. And the third thing is to speak what's true, even if it feels unreasonable. Say the thing out loud, like, I'm furious that they're gone, or I can't believe this is my life now, or I hate that no one gets it, because your voice matters. And when you speak your rage, you loosen its grip on yourself. Spiritual writer Father Richard Rohr talks about the value of sorrowful things that break us open. He says that our tears are prayers, and I believe anger is one too. Anger is a prayer of fire, begging the world to notice what has been broken. Author Valerie Kaur, in her beautiful work on justice and grief, asks this question: what if this grief is not the darkness of the tomb, but the darkness of the womb? Maybe your rage isn't just about what ended. Maybe it's about what's beginning. Maybe your anger is trying to birth something new. But let me be very clear. Even if that's true, you don't have to do anything with your anger to earn rest or peace. You only need to be honest with it, to listen for what it's protecting, to move it safely through your body, to thank it for showing up and not let it drive the car. This is what I mean by a restorative grief process. Grief that doesn't just burn everything down, but recognizes it's safe to now try and build something beautiful amid the ashes. Grief that honors every part of you, even the parts that are screaming. Grief that asks, well, what now? And waits patiently for an answer. So the next time your anger surfaces, don't try to suppress it and shove it down. Invite it to remain. Ask it what it needs. Give it a name. Let your body move through it, because you are not too much. Your rage is not too loud, and your grief is worthy of a safe expression. Thank you for listening to episode 192 of Restorative Grief. Anger is one of those things that remains as a gift, and I know that seems awful to say, but bear with me. In our awareness, we can recognize the injustice or harm we encountered and go another direction the next time we're faced with it. Anger is information and kindness and a helper. I appreciate my anger because it reminds me to check in with myself, and I hope it does the same for you. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, I'm so grateful that you're here. Please be sure to check out the show notes so you can learn more about becoming a consistent listener and a financial supporter and partner of the podcast. Happy shout out to our current patrons. As always, thank you for all of your support. Bonus episodes are dropping each month with workbooks for each episode, and those are just a few of the benefits of being a patron. So if you are interested, you should listen to your instinct and check it out. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your shows for a fresh episode every Sunday. And if you have not yet left a review, what are you waiting for? I love hearing what you think, and positive reviews help other people find the show as well. And before we go, as always, one more thing. Please remember, the only solution for grief is to do the work of grieving. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next week.